Guess it was me. I'm back again. I don't know. I was just updating and it just went click, click, click. But I'm back if you want to come on. I don't know if you're still there on the other one. I don't see how you can be on. See, that's why I don't do the YouTube. It doesn't give me the ability to come and go and do things like StreamYard does. StreamYard allows me to get. Hi, David. Thank you for coming back. Uh, I won't do that again. I just wanted to see if I could change the cameras, but it doesn't seem to allow me to do that while I'm live, which is really weird. I thought for sure you could do this stuff. It's very limited. That's the problem. To answer your question, about 3 hours 45 minutes. That's not just a quick drive there, David. It really is not. Wow. Just to go to the farmer's market? That's a long, I mean, that is a long drive. Do you take the whole family? Well, I guess you would. Why not? Why not? So I've got to, what I need to do, and I haven't, I was hoping Ashley would come on. That's why I'm going to make it an overnight. Yeah, you have to. You don't want to be driving 6, 7 hours just to just go to the farmer's market. See, now I know they were aboard. David, do you want to be added as a moderator? I don't know if I did that for you the other. This is the only time I could do it is when I'm on YouTube. I do almost nothing without them. Very good. Maybe the occasional trip to the Toys of the Dog. Okay. If you want to be moderator, this is the only place I can do it. I can't do it on StreamYards. I've looked. If it's there, I don't know where it is. I have searched around. Only on my phone. All right. But I'll tell you what. I'm just going to, because you're such a good guy, I just gave you the blue wrench. You got the blue wrench. I always wondered what that blue wrench was when I was talking to Crisco. And I don't have a blue wrench. I don't want a blue wrench. Nobody would answer me. And now I find a blue wrench is moderator. I want a blue wrench. Oh, goodness gracious. I guess everybody's busy. Oh, you do have a blue wrench. There it is. David Fontaine with a blue wrench. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, if you hear anything questionable, you can cut them off. I have now. I'm telling you, there's somebody that I don't know if DJI or Ashley accidentally took one of my good people and put them on either timeout or banned them. But Alton is his name. David? How do I find out who's on my list of banned or blocked or timeout? I haven't been able to figure that one out. It doesn't. I can't. Participants, pop chat, and toggle timestamp. That's all I have options for here. So I was trying to find out how I can get Alton back on because he's a good guy, and I don't want I don't want to lose anybody. As it is, I go up, and you know that I was up almost at 750. Now I'm back down to 746, 747. It's so not discouraging, but it's so childish. And it's like, oh gosh, I don't have any time for this stupidness. It's so immature. Oh, you need to get my phone number through to go over things before I would take any action as a moderator. I don't have any, you know, if you're listening, and sometimes when we're doing live, the kids come on screaming and doing silly stuff. All you got to do, you put them in a timeout if you want. If you don't want to ban them, just time out them, and that it's like a slap on the wrist, and maybe that'll shake them up, That's okay with me. Okay, you feel free to. Feel free. Now you're in blue. That's nice. You're not in white anymore. Now you're blue with a blue wrench. Wow. That's nice. See that? I never had that chance to be a blue wrench. I didn't earn my nut. Didn't earn my wrench nuts. So I finished the kitchen. That's done. That is done. I'm now 3/4 of the way through the guest bathroom, and that's taken longer than I thought because there were a lot of imperfections in the wall. I had to sand the wall down, and I got 3 coats now on there. And tomorrow I'll do the final coat because I found a few more rough spots, and then I'll do the trim. It's in sunflower yellow. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty much brighter in the bathroom now. A lot of people make the mistake, like the people that were here years ago here, they actually made the bathroom a royal blue. When I walked in, even with the light on and it had bright lights, the room was still dark. You never paint a bathroom any dark color. You always paint a bathroom a bright color because you're in there usually fixing yourself up, or you want light in the bathroom. So I had to, that was a pain. I can't even tell you how many coats of prime I had to put over that royal blue. Wow. I mean, I just kept painting it and letting it dry, painting and letting, I could still see blue coming. I said, when's this going to stop? And then finally, after, I don't know, 4 or 5 coats, it went away. And now I got the yellow on. It's a nice, bright sunflower yellow. And I'm very happy with that. Very happy. Now I'll work my way downstairs into that bathroom. But I got to finish this one first. And then I got some outside stuff I got to do. Not looking forward to getting the weed eater. I bought a weed eater last year, and it was, I don't even know why I have these on. I'm not doing, I'm out of habit. I guess out of habit. Bought a weed eater with attachments on it because the weed eater, of course, does the weed eating. But this one I got 2 different attachments, and one of it has, and David, you can probably relate to this. It's a saw blade, circular saw blade. It's got a 10-inch saw blade on it. I said, if this doesn't cut the what I got, the blueberry stickets, these sticker bushes that absolutely wrap themselves around you. Whenever I go down that level, they just wrap around me and they don't let go, and they prick you good. They give you a little welt, like a bee wasp type welt. So I said, no, that's it. So I got the thing, and I got it last year, and I never had a chance to crank it up, but I'm going to crank it up now because I can't get down there. There's areas of the property I can walk on, but on this side down, it's all, there's really beautiful blueberry, wild, not blueberry, wild, I guess raspberry, wild blue raspberry, and some red. But then they're mixed in with these sticker bushes from hell. These things are unbelievable. Once I dropped the towel over the edge, it was on the 2nd floor, and it fell over. And I go, oh, I better go get that. It wouldn't let it go. I went down, walked under the house, and I'm like, oh, I'll just pick the towel up. And it wouldn't let it go. I mean, I was pulling. It was pulling back. I go, what the heck? You made a family Smoky Mountain section in the cave. Oh, very cool. What's in it? Is it like pictures of what you were doing up here? That's kind of nice. Did you know that, I just heard this on the news the other day, that Tennessee is now the fastest growing state in the United States? Isn't that something? Tennessee, people are flocking here. You could tell. You could just see it. You can, houses or cabins go up for sale and the sign's gone. It's up a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then it's gone. Or it'll say sold across there. And that's going on everywhere. Plus they're building so many apartment complexes up here. Excuse me. All over. Sevierville has these massive apartment complexes, really nice apartments though, I mean, they don't look like a Section 8 or something. I mean, they're really nice looking apartments, but they're 4 or 5 stories tall, and they go for acres and acres and acres, and they're complexes. They're in their own little sections, and they got ponds and all. It's like, oh, this is cool. So people are really, hey, Wayne King, how are you? Good to see you. And Ronald Bush, hello. I think you're referring to blackberries. Yeah, that maybe that's what I'm talking about. Just don't mind me. I know sometimes I just don't get it. Uh, I didn't do much painting today because again, I'm in the bathroom there and I do have a fan blowing, but I'm painting and those fumes just get in my system and I get like, hello, how are you? And so I said, today I'm not doing it. So, but I did other stuff. I sanded the walls and all that stuff. David says pictures, couple of books, postcards, etc. Clean them out, jam jars. Oh, I bet the jam jars we got from Three Bears. They have some good stuff there. After using them in colored construction paper, and then they look like they're full. That's pretty smart. That's a pretty good idea. Never thought of that. You make candles out of them too. Melt wax and make a nice little smelly candle. Wayne King, New York. How is it up there, Mr. Wayne? Snowy? Of course, cold because it's New York. Where in New York? I used to live on Long Island, but then I also lived up in the upstate near Lebanon Valley, Stephentown, Albany, Troy, and then went to the Berkshires from there, which is just over the hill. Street Rodder Willie Kid says, I'll be doing tongue and groove on bathroom and walls. Oh, that's very, very good for you. That's difficult work. Tongue and groove is the best. It holds together. You know that. Wayne King, cold upstate Ithaca. I know right where you. It's near Shenango County. That's where I used to hunt. Shenango County. Brainerd, Shenango, Oxford. That's where I used to kind of hang out. Florrie's here in Bowling Green. Really? God, I didn't check the weather, but Marie said we're supposed to have some bad weather tonight or tomorrow. Today was beautiful. Today was absolutely gorgeous. But tomorrow it's supposed to fire and brimstone, something about that. I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of, early in the morning, because I get up pretty early, I'll flip on the news. I'll feed the birds, have my coffee, come in and flip on the news. And it's so depressing. It's just so depressing. So I turn it off and I just avoid it the rest of the day because I just don't like what's going on. And I'm waiting to see what's going on. But, once in a while, my curiosity gets the best of me. And I turn it on and it's just more depressing news, one story after the other. So I just said, I just need to back away from this for a while because whatever is going to happen is going to happen. There's not much I can do about it. Tompkins County. Where's Tompkins County? Is Ithaca Tompkins? I thought it was Shenango. Street Rodder Willie's Kid. Yeah, I got yelled at. It was hanging metal siding today. The weather was great, and I stopped. Who yelled at you? It's a nice day. So what's the problem? It's not. You can't say that every day is a nice day, especially up here. During this time of the year, it's kind of questionable. It literally changes on the dime because yesterday it was raining. Today was beautiful. So I said, I got some things to do. So I went out and got more paint because I forgot to tell you that I ran out of paint when I was painting the guest bathroom. I thought I had enough, but I put so many coats on because I'm trying to get it nice. I'm trying to make it smooth and flow properly. And then after I sand it down, you got to fill it in. I've completely disconnected from the news, not meaning to bury my head. No, I understand, but I've had my fill. Yeah, I've had my fill too, David. I didn't like what happened. I don't like what's going on. I can't change it. I have no wherewithal to change it. I just hope and pray that sanity takes the front seat of this bus that's going down the road, because this is truly This is a roller coaster ride that we're all on, and if you jump off, you're going to get hurt. So we all kind of have to stay on this ride and see where it goes. Wayne King, we're 45 minutes from Elmira, New York. Yes, I know exactly where you are. It's cold up in there. You get the Great Lakes cold wind coming down that way. That's why I didn't go. I didn't move up there because it was a little too cold for me, and a lot of snow usually because you get those heavy drifts from the Great Lakes. But I was up there in Shenango County. Like I probably told this, but that's where I bought my '38 Chevy Master Deluxe Coupe. Was in I think it was called Brainerd. Well, it was Menard's Junkyard. That's all I remember. And it was in, I want to say Oxford, if not the little place next to it, but for some reason Brainerd, but I don't, it's been so many years. But it was definitely Menard's Junkyard. I don't even know if they're still there or not, but he had a lot of really cool classic cars there in his barn. And I remember wiping that window. I'd come over the hill from the cabin, the hunting cabin. And I came down here. I saw this old barn. I just wiped it through, and it was literally like the angels coming down from heaven. All I could see was old cars. I was awestruck. Just old car after old car, and I don't mean just 50s or 60s. I'm talking Model Ts, Model As, all sorts of great cars. I wanted them all, and I bought the coupe because that was so cool and so nice, and kept that for a while, a long time. Drove that every single day. Always, with all my antique cars, I drove them every day. The 38 Master Deluxe Coupe, and then I had the 39. These are all at the same time. Then the 39 Master Deluxe four-door sedan, 47 Ford four-door sedan, 53 Chevy four-door. It was kind of a weird blue. And then I had the 47 Oldsmobile, 47 Olds, I want to say 98. It was a big boat. I remember that. I was driving all 5 of them every day. Every day. 45 minutes to Elmira. I enjoyed doing that. I love driving those old cars. Just even had the old radios in them. That was kind of cool. The tubes. You see the tubes get red. I fixed them all up. Several of them didn't have to do anything, but they were original. They were beautiful. Give Maria a hello. Have a great. Yes, thank you, Wayne. She's I think she's in the shower right now because she came home. She ate, and I don't hear the TV on anymore. It was on before, as you can hear. But you have a good night, Wayne King. Thank you much. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Thank you much for joining me tonight. This was an impromptu thing, just checking this camera, and I guess does the camera look okay to you? Guys, everybody, the camera looks nice and clean, 1080p. You can see the colors. It's kind of bright. Everything looks good. It's pretty quick. It's not slow. That's why I got it, because the 720 was like garbage. Crisco's Country Life. Crisco, go Tigers. How are you, Street Brother? Crisco. Hey, Crisco, how come you're not? Wait a minute. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Yeah, there you go. Guess who's now a moderator? That's right. Crisco's Country Life is. I'm doing fine. Oh, good. I promised you. Crisco, I have been trying to find on StreamYards how to make moderators. I can't find it. If it's there, I can't find it. But now you are. There you go. Look. Crisco, you got the blue wrench. Yay, you got the blue wrench. Street Rod of Willie, do you want to be a moderator too? I have no problem making you a moderator. Everybody should have a blue wrench. Right? Everybody, look at that. Just means that you've got special access to all our great giveaways. I still got, you can see them over there. The giveaways are just sitting there. Well, you've earned it, my friend. Truly on it. Yes. And for the longest time, as I told you, whenever I talked to you way back when, before I was on the channel and stuff, I kept saying, how come I don't have a blue wrench? What do you got to do to get a blue wrench on this guy's channel? I don't understand it. Nobody would answer me. Nobody. But now you have a blue wrench. And so do I. Spaceman Dudley. How are you? Good evening. You're crazy. Um, Good so far. Did you have a lot of rain, Crisco? It was really rainy here. And today was absolutely gorgeous. 46, 47, somewhere in that area by the afternoon. Crystal clear skies, but it's starting to get cloudy. Marie said it's bad weather coming. Spaceman, you're still in the hospital? When are you getting out? How long you been there? Marie's doing good. I hear doors closing, so she's working her way up. So I'm assuming she might come up. I don't know, because she was in her shower and she does her hair. You know how women are. They take 3 hours. It takes me 5 minutes, takes her 3 hours. Because whenever we go anywhere, I go, you take your shower, because it's going to take me but 5-10 minutes. It'll be 3 hours later she'll come out. Her Majesty. I hear her creaking around. That's the one thing about having a cabin. They have specific creaks and things, the specialties of a house that's like this. 12 days, Spaceman. Oh, ooh. Happy birthday, Vanessa. Vanessa's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vanessa. Happy birthday to you. There you go. What did you guys do? Did you unchain her from the pipe for her birthday? At Subway and a chocolate cake. There you go. There you go. Back to the basement. You tell her we all said happy birthday to her. So are you going on tonight, Crisco? Are you doing your show tonight? It's not normal that I do this, but I'm testing out the camera. I can't figure it out here, but I will, how to make both cameras work. There's one in front, and then there's one there. The one I'm looking at now, that's the new one. And they're both the same. And then there's one there, but I can't get it to dual. On StreamYards, I can go back and forth, back and forth. Basement, yeah, the basement. Ronald Bush, CNN has been canceled at airport. Good, it's about time. I always wondered why they made CNN the choice network in all of the airports and bus stations and things like that. I never liked CNN, and for as many years as I've been in the business, it's always been a line of BS. Everything they've ever said. So I guess everyone wanted to drink that Kool-Aid too. DR440, hello, man! I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, I agree. CNN should be canceled everywhere. There is nothing newsworthy on CNN, MSNBC, any of those alphabet networks. They're not telling the truth. They lie. They're told what to say. And if you go back and forth, you can tell they all say almost the same words about stories. So they're all working hand in hand. They're in lockstep together. Spaceman Dudley, nurse in, take care. Say hello to the nurse, and you take care. All right, we'll see you soon, Spaceman. Get well, get out, and get back on YouTube with us. She's resting. I said, you need anything? Nope, just her phone and relax. Good, her day. That's right. DR440, hello versus TV. Yeah. Where you been, DR440? Dr. 440. Dr. 440, where you been? I haven't heard from you in a long time. Yeah, Spaceman is a good dude. No doubt about it. All you guys are good. You've been good to me. You've been faithful. I try to be as faithful to you as I can. It's a real juggling act. As you know, Crisco, it's a juggling act. Going to everybody's channel and watching the videos. I try to be good about that, but there's so many things get in the way. There's only so much time in a day that I can allocate for that. What's up? Taking care of Dad. He just got over the. Oh man, how old is your dad? I hear you down there, honey. 67. So he's my age. Thanks. Wow. Hope he gets better. You tell him get better, get up, get around, walk around, breathe some fresh air, do something. Have all you guys have committed to take the vaccine? Are you all going to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I have a I refuse to go to one of my doctors in Knoxville. I said I'm not going anywhere near Knoxville right now because the place is infected. I said we'll do a telemed phone call, and they had no problem with that. Just a year ago, they wouldn't even hear of that. Now everything's by phone. Everything's by like what we're doing right now. 67. You tell them get well. Oh sure, go right ahead. Feel free, Krista. This is kind of an open forum here. And David says, hell no. David, anybody you want to shout out to? Absolutely. I don't care if all of you want to do it. Sure, shout out to whoever. Who's Janel? I don't get flu shots. No, I don't think I've ever had a flu shot. I can't, in my history of my knowledge, I can't say I've ever had one. You'll do it? Yeah, well, do you work with, Crisco, do you work with a lot of people around you in what you do? I have no idea. And does Vanessa work with a lot of people, or is she around a lot of people? You just got to be careful, especially up here. There are so many tourists that come in here, and they, I don't know where they're from. I don't know what they got. So I really, um, yes to that question. You may need to reconsider. I don't know. You don't want to get sick. You're kind of young, so that's kind of cool. Got a flu shot a few years ago, and the flu rather bad for. Yeah, there's no guarantee flu shot is not going to give you the flu. She, no, she's not. Okay, good. That's good. So you're kind of not around a lot of people. I try to stay away from people too, but in this neck of the woods, anywhere you go to, you're going to run into people, and you just have to be careful. You have to be cognizant that these people are not from here, or in your neck of the woods the same. If you don't recognize them, then you kind of have to know where they're from, what are they carrying. Isn't that terrible we have to do that? Dr. 440 dead may have gotten it. Sevier County at our other place. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt. Was it a public place or a place where a lot of people gathered? That's too bad. You know, well, he's sick. Does he have pre-existing conditions and stuff? I don't know his history, but he's 67, so anything could be going on there. And same age. So I have to remind myself that I am, yes, public. So yeah, you see, I think I hear thunder. Yeah, so it's public. You got to be careful. He's got to be careful, and just keep him away from people as best as you can. Fresh air is good. So if you can handle it, throw some blankets on him or something. Fresh air. Don't keep breathing the same air in the house. That's not good for you. Get some fresh air in that house, in that room, wherever it is he is at. David Fontaine says, I have a lot to say about the whole deal, but I said earlier, I'm not. Yeah, I do too. No conditions that I'm aware. Oh, that's good. I think I hear him. Sounds like some pretty big winds going on right now. Mr. Jeff, this is from Crisco. Yes, sir. How do you currently stand on watch hours? I haven't checked in a while, Crisco. I think I'm way over 4,000. I kind of vaguely remember a month or so ago, I had already gone over the 4,000. So I don't know. I'll check and I'll get back to you on that. Can you check for me? Do you have that ability? I don't know. I don't, because I don't pay a lot of attention to that. And when I first started, I was going into the algorithms all the time and I was watching and all that. And it just, what it did was got my blood pressure going up because I was trying to understand and say, oh, I need to do something about this. I need to do something about that. And I don't want to get wrapped up in that. I just like shooting my videos. And if they do well, fine. If they don't do well, fine. I don't really care. If I get to 1,000, okay, fine. If not, whoever keeps stealing my stuff, go ahead. Have a lot of fun. Hope your day is wonderful. Just remember, karma is a bitch. It really is. Dr. 440 says he claims he hasn't been that bad. He got pneumonia last May, and as far as worse, that lasted over 3 weeks. Yeah, pneumonia takes a while. With pneumonia, and I had that many years ago, you've got to keep moving with pneumonia. And even though you don't feel like it, you have to. You take antibiotics and stuff. But you've got to keep moving. You can't lay down, because you lay down, that's when more fluid gets in your lungs. So you got to get up and walk around. As much as you don't want to, you've got to. You've got to. Very, very important. That's what I was saying about your dad. Get him up, walk around, get some fresh air in them lungs. Don't breathe the same carbon monoxide. Not in the garage, you know what I mean? Don't put them in the garage for a while. Start the car. Oh, God. Crisco says, everyone in the chat. It's me, Crisco. ATS. Help. Get Jeff. Thank you. Any way we can. Definitely deserves to be monetized. I appreciate that. I really do. It would be nice. It's a goal that I do have. I thought I would have reached it by now, because the videos, most of them have done very well. Some have done not so well, but I'm always trying. And I have plans. There are some activities going on in the next month coming up, so I'll be very busy. But I don't know. Crisco, what's nice is you finally found your niche, and I'm glad you did that. I'm happy and proud, because you're doing well, and you will be there very shortly. There's no doubt in my mind you will be at the 1,000 and above that, for sure. Wait, I don't want to miss all your stuff, because I don't know what you're talking about. A friend of mine had the COVID-19 twice. Can you get it twice? And it was no worse than a regular flu, or different effects, different people. Yeah, and that's true. And if you notice, it does affect older people that usually have some bronchial problems or are weak. Their constitution is weak. And don't take this the wrong way. It's just nature's way of weeding out things. And it's not to be cruel, but nature does what nature does. There's no rhyme or reason. It just does what it does. It isn't right. It isn't fair. It's just essential nature. And it has to do certain things. Just like herds of different animals, many of them get sick and die. Now, you feel bad for them, but there's a reason for that, because overpopulation, those animals fall off. They become food fodder for something else. I mean, it's just the way it is. Nature does what it's supposed to do. Just like a bee doesn't know why it's got to go from flower to flower. It just does. That's nature. A leaf doesn't know that it's supposed to grow, be nice and bright and green, and fall off a tree. It just does. Same thing with us. We're all part of nature. Whether you think that we're not part of the scheme of things, we are. We are all part of nature. We're all part of everything that's on this planet. It's just the way it is. Get over it. We don't transcend above anything. Crisco says, seriously, you have to put time and effort into your vids. I'm going to do that to help you. I do put a lot of time into my videos. Whether it shows or not, I put a lot of time. Yeah, I know you understand that too, Crisco. I know you do. I mean, like this last video I did, this last little snowy video, it may look to the average person, oh, it's just, you just took some pictures of snow and put some fancy music behind it. If you pay attention, the segues and the transitions meet up with the music on the downbeat and begin on an upbeat. Nobody does that. I check the videos out. Nobody understands that about transitions of music and video at the same time, and downbeat and upbeat music. I try to create a little video, a little movie for you guys, and I really put hours of effort into it. Hours. That little 9-minute video took me almost 3 hours last night to just put it and find the right music for the moment. I don't just slap like some of these guys. God, some of these idiots. They think that whether they're watching my stuff or not, I don't really care. But they think that they're doing what I'm doing or what other people do by just slapping a video, a couple of banjos and ding, 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 and then playing behind it. That's video 101. They don't know what they're doing. That's fine. I'm not here to teach them. I'm not here to teach them. Somebody taught me in the industry, and you want to learn it, you can buy my book. I don't have a book, but I'll put one out. But all the videos have a lot of work. Yes, Mr. Crisco, question for you. Yes, go right ahead. And I'm right before that, a factual statement. Just hoping 21 will be better than 20 for sure. How to make it better, DR? I don't know. Just be better to people. Realize we're all here in the same place, and if we keep kicking somebody's butt, somebody's going to kick our butt. And realize that it's a very limited time we're on this planet. Very, very limited. And enjoy the people that you're with. And I mentioned this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And if you have grandparents or DR like your dad, now, I don't know if you have a lot of videos of him or audio and stuff, get his story. Get his story. Not today's story. Get his story. Say, hey, Dad, tell me about when you were a kid, and give me an idea what, in an expurgated version, give me the Reader's Digest version of what life was like when you were small. And as you went through time, find some highlights of your life, Dad, and tell me about them. Some really cool things, so that this can be passed on for generations and generations. That'll make his day. It'll make your day. It'll make your family's day. I promise. I promise. Wait, let me go back a little bit. I missed something. Chris says, seriously, you have put the time and effort into the vids. Thank you, Crisco. I do appreciate that. And you had a question for me, Crisco. When your channel gets monetized, what do you plan to do with the earnings generated, upgrades to equipment? I don't really have to wait to do upgrades to my equipment. That's not an issue. The monetization isn't going to do anything for me monetarily. I can buy whatever I want now. I buy stuff all the time. You don't see it. I just buy crap all the time. I was just at the antique store today, and I bought 2 original watercolors from a famous watercolor artist, and I'm going to hang them up somewhere. And I bought a bunch of antique books over there. It's not about the money, Crisco. It's about the goal. It's all about that I want to make 1,000 subscribers and reach a goal of monetization. Now, through time, if God willing and I'm still healthy, I'll keep making videos. And if you notice, a lot of my videos are already changing. I told you this from the get-go, that I reinvent myself all the time. So for the people that are trying, there's several right around here, they make me laugh. They try to copy what I'm doing, and even Marie goes, she's doing almost trying to do what you're doing. I said, I don't have to worry. They're never gonna get there. They're never gonna get there. One, they don't have the equipment, they don't have the background, they don't have the knowledge, and they're not creative enough. They're just copying. They're parroting me. And that's fine. Maybe it'll make you a better person, but it's not making you a better person because you're not challenging you. If you're copying somebody, you're not being you're not being true to yourself. Be who you are. Video the way you are. Like you do, Crisco. Oh my God, you got your own thing. You got your own cool thing going. Why would, don't people shouldn't copy you. They should admire you. Uh, Emulation is the true form of complimentary. Because when people, they say that if you get copied, it's great. And no, not really. Not really. DR, what's going on? It was like when I did the Pontiac event in Pigeon Forge, 4 hours of work for six. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let me tell you, I for all the shows I've done, like the rod runs and stuff, I have hundreds of hours of video. But all you got to see at most was 30 minutes for each video. And each one of those, I was out there all day. So for each video you saw, I was there from 10 o'clock-ish, 10:30, till late in the afternoon, shooting, interviewing. And then I get home. And then I render this stuff. I put it in my computer, and I weed through each thing. And I take a piece. The rest, some of it I delete, some I put on one of the external hard drives, just so I have it. I don't know why. I keep it, but sometimes I'm weird like that, pack ratty. I don't know. If I get monetized, well, I shouldn't say if, when I get monetized, it'll just be a goal, Crisco. That's all it'll be. Just I've reached the goal. Then my next goal will be I want to reach 10,000 or I want to reach 20,000. I'll tell you who's going to be a real, and then I'll get back to some of your statements here. Who's an up and comer and who's going to be a threat to this area. Pay attention. Listen to me today. Hear me tomorrow. Fridays forever. Good people. Nice couple. They are going to be a force to reckon with in this area. They do a great job of their videos. They're a cute couple, educated couple. They've got it figured out, and they're excuse me, and they're starting to gather subscribers and lots of views. So there's going to be some there's going to be regime changes here very shortly. Some of the big ones that that I tease sometimes, they're going to be gone. They're not going to be the rock solid ones that are here. I can promise you that. I'm telling you. I know what's going on, and these people, Fridays Forever, they're good, and they do it right. They just do it right, and I compliment them and I congratulate them, and they're moving up the charts. So they must be doing something right. Yeah, the Pontiac. I missed the Pontiac show. DR, not counting time. No, people don't realize how much it takes just to do a 15, 20-minute video, or even less. There's a lot of work. And what happens is they get bored really quick. Am I right, DR? Am I right? They get bored real quick. They don't realize the effort that you put into these videos. No, I haven't, Crisco. Did I ever meet? He asked if I ever met any other. No. I'm trying to think. No. You would think that I'd run into these people all over town, but no, not at all. Don't know why. I don't really. I don't. Excuse me. I was getting ready to sneeze. It doesn't bother me if I do or don't. Really doesn't matter. Everybody's doing their own thing. You said you met Will and Dawn, Smoky Mountain Hiker, Chris about T-shirts. I'm sure they are. Everybody's busy doing their own thing. And DR says, therefore forces, you probably have a backlog. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Do I have? I had to buy another. I get those. What's it called? It's an external hard drive. I'm trying to remember the name of it, and it's 10 terabytes. I had a 5, a 7, I got 10 terabytes, and I've already filled the other ones up with video. I just figured, I don't know, I doubt I'd ever use it again, but I hate just deleting it forever and ever. It's like all that work I put into it's gone. I don't know. Yeah, the people, quick attention span and very little loyalty. There's only guys like you guys that, you hang on. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me, really does. And to Marie too. She's doing dishes right now, by the way. It means a lot to me that you guys are there, because I know that you're watching, and that drives me on to do more. But if it just, no, if everybody just unsubscribed, I'd still be doing videos, because I enjoy doing that. It's what I've done all my life, is audio and video. I'm working on some new stuff as I speak that I hope you'll like, because I asked, but I don't think all you guys are on. What do you think about me doing a regular Friday show? And Sunday, of course. Friday would be a little different. It will be more of an entertainment show, not like we're doing now. I'm just kind of sitting here chatting with you guys. A little more of an entertainment show. Would you be open to that? Would you like it? Would it interfere with you guys? I wouldn't go on for 2 hours. I'd only do an hour, because I don't want to do. I don't know how long I've been on. I really don't. I bought a little clock so I could see it over there. I don't know how long I've been on, but it would be on and gone type of stuff. Some fun, some laughter. And so if you'd like for me to do that, just let me know. Say, yeah, let's do it. I'm working on some bits that I've had when I was in radio and TV, and resurrecting some stuff. You met Jason from Adventures. Yeah, he did change his name to Jason Canyon, and got to have lunch with Jeff and Marie. Yes, you did. David. We were there just the other night, David. Yeah, we go there quite often. We go to Sakura, and we like it. We like it a lot. They've changed some of the dishes too. They've got some new dishes that are really good, really, really good. The next time you come up, we've got to go back there again. Yeah, they've added some new dishes. I love that place. Mr. Crisco, trust me, I will always be a friend of Mr. Thank you, Crisco. We will always be friends with you too. You were the first ones. I remember the first one I chatted with before pretty sure before I made the channel, or the channel was made but not up. It was something in that area. It was close to that. And DR says, what do you film with? GoPros. I stopped using the Canon, the DSLR. I didn't like it, too heavy. It's just too bulky. People don't like that big camera in their face. I found I was monitoring that as I was doing my filming. They don't like these big cameras stuffed in their face. They get really intimidated by it. But a GoPro is very unintimidating. It's very small, and I have it on either I'm using the gimbal with that, or I have a tripod with the gimbal, and I can stabilize it that way. And I never get any complaints about it, but I did when they're using the DSLR. So to answer your question, GoPros. Yeah, it's he was saying, what do you film with? I know that the story is more important than the gear, but no, kind of I don't agree. The gear is important, because if you got garbage, if you got Big Lot's camera, you're going to get a Big Lot video, right? If you're shooting with an Instamatic, you're going to get an Instamatic video. So you got to have fairly good stuff. I still haven't made the commitment to a GoPro 9. I'm just not going to. They're still having too many problems with it right now. I keep up with it all the time. I may go for an 8, but all I need is one that gives me the features that I shoot with, and I like having a back screen. Front screen isn't too important to me. It's nice to have, but it's just not that important to me. I frame my shots before I go on, and I frame myself according. Oh, I wanted to share that with you. Before I get back to that, the new video that just went up, the snow, not the snow video, the one before that, the driving video in the snow. Do you know who filmed that? Do you know who the lead camera person was? Her Majesty herself, Marie. Marie did all the front video. I did the rear video because they're remote controlled. And she did all the front video herself. She's learning. She's doing really good. And it was steady. If you look at that video of the driving, the driving snow video, the one right before the Happy Cabin video. Happy Cabin. That was a lot of snow in that picture, wasn't it? But she did a really good job. I'm very proud of her. Very, very proud of her. She did a really good job. Because just a few months ago, it was crackhead video. It was her. She was doing this, and now she's got it steady. So yeah, she's doing well. She's doing very, very well. But I digress. DR, yeah, the camera equipment is very important. You got to have a good microphone. I use two different types of mics. I use a shotgun mic or an omnidirectional mic. A shotgun mic is unidirectional. It's very defined on where it's what you point at, it picks up, and an omni is all the way around. Not quite 360, but pretty close. So it picks up the ambient noise and conversations that might be going on. So you have to remember that when you're doing your video. I always carry that with me. I always have everything in my pockets and ready to go. Always carry extra batteries, extra cables, have all that extra stuff. Feasters on Teasers must as well. Jenny and Emmy love their fried okra. Yeah, they're getting rave reviews up there. They are getting rave reviews, and they're one of the very few good restaurants in this area. Dare said, I'm kind of a gear nerd, though. Kind of like, oh, it moved. Kind of like an instrument. A good player can make anything sound. Yeah, up to a point. You can only do so much with an Instamatic. But I do get your point, DR. Yes, and I've worked with some pretty crappy equipment in my life, but you make it work. Just you learn to make it work. You find its abilities. If you learn to understand the equipment, you know what its capabilities are and what its thresholds are. So you push them to the limit. And that's a lot of people don't. They go, oh, this doesn't work. I'm going to go buy another one. Well, you really haven't checked it out. And I've always been an equipment nerd since I had the radio stations and stuff. I was always monkeying with equipment and electronics, and being my dad was an engineer. Speaking of that, I've got some videos coming up. My sister sent them to me. She got them from one of our other relatives, and got some videos from the early 40s of my family and my family. And it should be interesting video for you guys. Can't show you it all, but I'll show you as much as I can. But they're quite interesting. Family fun and a few gunshots. That's all I'll say. Oh, goodness gracious. Crisco says, I would really enjoy seeing you all do live streams while visiting some of these places. Yeah, and the Smokies too. Be surprised how many people just have love random lives walking around. I thought, it's funny you say that. I was actually thinking about that yesterday morning. I'm still using my I want to say it's an A10 Samsung. It doesn't do really good live, but I think, David, don't you have the A20? The E20 or the A20 Samsung? Let me know on that. I think that works better on live, and I may go and get one of those just for live, just for that purpose only, because there are many times that I would love to just take out my phone and shoot a video, because I've subscribed to, I don't even use it. I paid for this whole year thing, Kind System. Kind System is an editing suite for your phone, and I bought it. I used it a few times. It's not bad. It's kind of basic, but it does the job. Randy McGrew, hi, Randy. Thank you for joining us. I'm just on here checking out another new camera. Still trying to figure out how to switch from A to B. May have to get a switcher for YouTube. Don't need one for StreamYards. On StreamYards, I can go left, right. A reaction camera, one to like they do in the news, like I used to do. I used to have a reaction camera, camera A, camera B. You go, and today in the news, the world is coming to an end. Film at 11. That type of stuff. So I'm still trying to get this stupid thing to do it, but YouTube is kind of, I don't know. I don't think they like you to do multi-camera stuff. Crisco says, "Hi, Randy. Any big plans for this new year?" Good question. I haven't put much thought to that. I haven't put much thought into that at all. Big plans? No really big plans. Just staying healthy, live a little longer. That would be nice. DR says cell phone cameras can be quite mind blowing. Yes, they can. Yeah, they never used to be, but man, some of them are amazing. Dave, you got the Note 20? Who makes the Note? Update me on that because I don't know that. I know the new Samsung 8. I guess it's the A20, or is that the Note 20? Is that what you're talking about? The DR says lenses run into. Yeah, they do. They do. That's why I didn't like the Canon and stuff like that because you'd need pockets full of different lenses, and the GoPro literally I just scroll down I hit the back of the screen, and I can go from narrow shot to super wide angle and everything in between that with just a push of a button, and it's crisp. You'll see the videos I do; they're crisp. They're fine. They do the job. It's for YouTube. I'm not making, I'm not Francis Ford Coppola or anything. Street Rowdy got an A10 Samsung, and the camera isn't great. No, and then you're right. That's what I have is the A10, and it's okay. David says Samsung Galaxy Note 20 5G just came out this past. I'll have to look at how does it work for live streams. Have you done live stream on that yet? Amazing camera and quite overwhelming to a novice like me. Have you done live stream on that camera? I'd really like to know. And if I may ask, how much are they? So I have to know if I'm going to open my wallet or not. Funny, I'll open my wallet for a signed print, but I won't for a phone. Excuse me. Yeah, DR, you'd love Street Rod Willies. Yeah. You guys would be good buddies, I bet. David, been on with you and others live. No, do you know sometimes when I go live from out here and you know how it makes my voice echo and it stutters? You don't get any of that? About 1,000. So much money for a stupid Chinese phone. It really is. 41 Willies. Yeah. Sweet. You should put like 4 or 5 more E's on there, DR. Sweet. No, sir. I don't know. That's a lot of money for a phone. But I may have to make that commitment. I just may have to make that commitment. The key thing is, like Crisco was saying, is I've got to be able to go live. And there are many times that I could easily take the gimbal with me, and I usually have it. I haven't been carrying the last week or so, but and it's set up for smartphones too. It's got all the adapters, and I could just clip the phone in and literally be on live and do my show. It saved me a lot of editing. Believe me, I love doing the editing. I just know that it's not appreciated by everybody. I know you guys appreciate it, but a lot of people don't care. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, to me, it's a waste for me to take all this nice equipment and walk into a restaurant, stuff my face full of stuff, food, and then put that on as a video and expect me as the creator to like that. Boring. David says no SD card slot, but 120. Can you get an SD card slot? It's pretty common. I don't understand why they wouldn't have one. But 128 gigs is good, but it's always nice to have a little more. Yeah, it's always nice. Random question: what's everyone's favorite frozen pizza? DiGiorno isn't bad. From memory, I thought Red Barons wasn't bad, but I can't think of any others that I would say are great. That's a tough one, Crisco. You need to do a show on that one. Top five frozen pizzas. Tombstone. I forgot about Tombstone. Yeah, that's also a good one. That's right, David. That's another good one. Haven't had one of them in a long time. Red Baron. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are good. Those are good. Probably DiGiorno. I rarely ever eat pizza, even though I do like. Yeah, I don't make frozen pizzas often anymore. Um, because for whatever reason, I guess getting old, when I make a frozen pizza, I get acid indigestion. So it's like it's not worth it to me because I love pizza. I really do. Chris goes says Wild Mike's is really good. I've never had Wild Mike. Never even heard of it. Wild Mike's, David Fontaine. The simple $4 kind. Yeah, they fill you up. I love frozen pizza. Crisco says. Yeah, they do the job, especially if they're good. Dr. Have you ate at the Fox and Parrot? No, I have not. I have not. Dave found it. David says, I do too, but I make a killer. Yeah, I prefer to make, you're right, David. I like to make my own pizza. I enjoy it because then I can make it the way I want with the stuff I want on it. And when I do make the sauce, and I'll use a jarred or a canned pizza sauce because there is more of a tang to a pizza sauce. You shouldn't use spaghetti sauce on a pizza. That will mess the pizza up. You get a pizza sauce, and they do sell it. It's cheap too. It's just a little more tangy because they use more puree in the pizza sauce than they do for tomato sauce. So use a puree, but I have to add sugar to it. Um, for every can, a standard can of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and you won't get the acid. So if you get acid, remember that. For every can, 1 tablespoon of sugar kills the acid. It neutralizes it in the tomato. Yeah, pepperoni Italian sauce. No, I can't have green peppers at all. Onions, yes. Ham, yes. Bacon, yes, 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 yes. And don't forget, I don't know if you've ever tried it. Have you ever tried an additional type of cheese, the feta cheese on the pizza? Feta, Greek feta. Wow. Try it. Just try it. Get a little packet of feta cheese and put it on your cheese pizza along with your mozzarella cheese and all that. Just put a little bit of feta. Really sharpens the pizza. Gives it a really nice flavor. Just try it. Just take it from Jeff. I'm only Italian. Hey, I'm only Italian. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Goodness gracious. I like everything you say there, David, except that green pepper. I can have orange and red or yellow. Orange, red, yellow. Can't have green. Green tears me up bad. Great idea. Crisco, you want more pizza? Crisco, have you ever cooked the pizza on the open fire? I have, and you should. Easy to do. Easy to do. I'm only occasionally. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you like to eat. Oh, I've had crawfish pizza. Have you? Wow, that was darn good. Crawfish pizza. Wow, that was really good. Jenny thinks it's disgusting that she likes feta on its own. Yeah, I love feta. Jenny's one. Tell her one. Feta is delicious. I love Greek feta. Oh goodness, gives me gout. Oh, speaking of that, David, has your foot gotten better? My friend, has your foot gotten better? Uh, will soon. I will soon. Yes. Crawfish, boudin. Yeah. See, there's no place here, Crisco, that you can buy crawfish unless you go to Knoxville and go to the Asian supermarket. But they're frozen, and they've been frozen forever, and you can see that they've been frozen forever. They look like mammoths in a glacier. It's like they've been there for years. Like I'm not going to eat them, and I can eat a heck of a lot of crawfish. David says I'm a huge fan of ham and pineapple. That's what Marie is too. Marie is too. Very good. Try putting some feta on that ham and pineapple. I never ate ham and pineapple until she told me she wants. It's called Hawaiian pizza because it's got the pineapple on, but it's really good. Put a little feta on it. I'm telling you, it's really good. DJ, hi everyone. Where you been, Nathan? Haven't seen you in a while. Boudin, yeah. Etouffee. Mm. There's so many good Cajun dishes out there. That's some really good stuff. You said Italian. So how many of your Godfather films do you have? Just drop. I've watched them, but um, some of it is close. Really, the closest to my family was more like Wise Guys. That was much more closer to my family. They were they were in New York. They were in Chicago, and a lot of them did things they shouldn't have done. But I stayed away from that. I was way too young. I'm talking the 30s and stuff like that. It was the thing. It was the times. You did what you had to do to make a living. Old school wrestling. Random question. Any wrestling fans? No, I never. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are, Crisco. I'm sure there are. But no, I never got into it. I did enough beating up and getting my butt kicked when I was playing hockey. I got beat up a lot, but I did a lot of beating up. But I lost my front tooth. All my ribs have been cracked. My fingers broke. All from playing hockey. Mid 80s, NWA, WCA. Yeah. Me too, David. Crisco. Oh, goodness gracious. DR says the drummer of my old band. Oh, you were in a band. I didn't know you were in a band. My band was Italiano. We had fun raising it. Yeah. And he did us for being Southern and all the time. Yeah, it's good fun. It's just teasing each other. Spaceman Dudley. He's back. Yep, old school. Vince ruined it. He's been there since King Kong Bundy Slaughter days. You guys are something. I don't enjoy the new product. Been downhill ever since around 2015. I don't know. I never followed it enough, but you guys tell me it's so. I'm sure it's probably old Hollywood now. It's not like it used to be. My favorite hockey, the Boston Bruins were always pretty much on the top of my list. Um, I just liked the way they played. They were very professional back in my days. I don't follow them right now, but I enjoyed watching them. That's pretty much why I got into hockey, because I was in school at that time. I was started in junior high and went right through them there playing hockey, right wing defense, and learned a lot. Scott Rydell. Scott Rydell taught me how to back skate like nobody. I could back skate and spin and play and swipe and hip check. I mean, he taught me everything. He was a good teacher, Scott Rydell. Great guy. He knew that I could do it. And boy, did I hip check a whole bunch of people over the rails many times. Broke a lot of skates, a lot of hips. And I did too. I got my butt kicked a lot. Crisco says, Spaceman, who's the greatest wrestler ever? I can't answer that one. Spaceman Dudley, tough question. If you pick one, I'd say pull off the Dusty a lot. Oh, yeah. Dusty Rhodes. Four Horsemen, Arn, Olay. Wow, these are older. Dylan, Rock and Roll, Express, Magnum, TA, Road Warriors. Wow. American Dream and Dusty Rhodes. Is Dusty still alive or he died finally? Been in several bands, but this day and time, too many of the people they're too lazy to dedicate it. Yes, and they too SJW and get offended easily. Yeah. Thank you for keeping it clean. Remember, we have moderators. I always had that problem, DR2, in the bands. people came and went, musicians came and went because they couldn't adhere to rules and they didn't understand. It was my way or the highway. And we went through a couple of singers just because they thought they were the singer, they were the band, and I couldn't break the tip of my shoe off in their butt quick enough to get them out of there because it was the band was the band. It's not you, it's the band that's the band. It's every one of us knowing our part and playing it perfectly time after time and learning new stuff. But so many of them want to come in drunk, high, whenever, they thought they had an entourage. You don't have an entourage. You're a nobody. We're just playing in a band and we're trying to enjoy it and make some money at the same time. Took a lot, went through a lot of people, a lot of inner turmoil. It's the way it is in that world. Oh, wait a minute. I'm missing some here. I'm going to head out. I'll join in a minute. Are you going on tonight, Crisco? And he did pass. Yeah, I thought he did. Thank you for that info. Going to head out. Y'all enjoyed every minute. You have a good night. And if you're going on, I'll try to join you in a little bit. But if not, I'll see you soon. Thanks. Love all you guys. Greatest ever has to be Flair. David. Wasn't an eat your vitamins, say your prayers Hogan fan, but Brock Lesnar brought some legitimacy back years ago with his run 14-15. Spaceman, Iceman, King Parsons, Eddie Gilbert, Terry Gordy, Bam Bam, Dr. Death, Michael Hayes, Legion of Doom, to name a few. There's some names. You understand me 100%. Part of the time it was like, yeah, it was a lot like babysitting there. I babysat all the time because I was the one who booked all the bands. I booked our band to all of our gigs, took care of all the money, took care of it because they were typically, as most musicians, they want their money at the end of the night so they could piss it away on sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And there was a rule that I had when you joined. I take care of the money. We pay for our debts first. We buy new equipment if it's broke. And if we need new lights, because we had a full light crew and we had the sound crew and everything, and they have to be paid and everything has to be taken care of. And I got a lot of grief for that. Not a lot, but that was the way it was going to be, or you're just not in. It's really simple. And a lot of them were just doing it to just be able to belly up to the bar and get liquored up at the end of the night. And I don't care what you do after we're done, but you don't come in drunk, you don't come in high. And that was a rule of thumb. If I suspected you were high or drunk, you didn't get to rehearse that night. And we rehearsed every night, unless there was a snowstorm, because this was up in the Berkshires. And sometimes the snowstorms are 3 foot deep. No problem. There were times we were stuck at a venue. We were stuck there the whole night because the snow had come in. We couldn't get down the mountains. You think the mountains are tall here. Those mountains are really tall up there. And but there were rules to follow. Absolutely rules to follow. And it was difficult because some of them just didn't want to do it. But I could say the majority of the good bandmates I had, they were serious. They wanted to make music and they were serious about their craft. And I appreciated them for that. Yeah, babysitting. Then these bands are going to be between songs. Yeah. No. Not the politics, just like sports. No, we never, it was all about the music. Just completely play the music, entertain the people, make them dance, have a lot of fun with them, and make them laugh and get them involved. And we had a great time and made good money doing it, too. As much as wrestling was entertaining, it was the mid-90s. Wrestling died with the end of the turn. Yeah, you're right. You're right, David. Spaceman, true, David. Vince liked it. Do you remember World of Illusion? So bad it was good. I meant terrible. Cheesy. Very cheesy. It's the same, David says, it's the same problem with every aspect of entertainment, from movies to video games to comic books. Yes, it's all gotten so cheesy and predictable And most of the stuff, you got to remember, back years ago, everything had to be done for real. Now we use CGI. Everything is made up for you. So really, there's not much to do, but the actors have to just read their parts and portray it and come across as good as possible. Back in the day when I was young, yeah, they went on location, and that was must have been one heck of a problem. For instance, like the Lord of the Rings, most of that stuff was shot in. It's funny when I have it and then it dies. The Kiwis, wherever they are, New Zealand, and most of that stuff you see is not CGI. That's actually filmed in New Zealand. Those beautiful scenes, they're real. Now, of course, they've added CGI like the giant birds and the gargoyles and the trolls and all. That's all CGI, but the background scenery is absolutely real. That if you ever get a chance, you look like the director's cut, or you look at how it was made, and you really understand and can appreciate how much work went into making those movies. 10 years or more in some cases to make these, because they literally had to relocate everybody, uh, to the tune of several thousand people, if you watch these videos, to these locations. Everything had to be moved to these mountains where they were doing stuff. Great deed indeed. Social media has a lot to do with it. People can run their mouths from behind a keyboard, right, and with no consequences, no repercussions. That's right. Spaceman says another old property on Carpetbagger's site. Wonder what will happen in that area. I don't know. Spaceman, a lot of the stuff is being bought up, and I think what's happening is the investors are coming in and they're buying up whatever they can because they know the property values are skyrocketing here. Recently on the road heading out of Pigeon Forge towards Wears Valley, there were these old shotgun shacks on the side of the road, and they look pretty bad. Now they are completely redone and rented out, completely redone. They're viable places now. Happened quick too. Within 30 days, they were completely redone. Yeah, there's no originality, David. It's all been done before. Everything's done under the sun. It's all been done. It's going to take somebody to come up with a new idea. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, which I'm a big fan of, they're coming out with a series coming up. I believe it's next year. Lord of the Rings series. I like that a lot. I say cancel the cancel culture and the PCBS. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're on the same page at DR. YouTube is the closest thing to social media have. Social media makes people more yeah, all antisocial. I deleted my Facebook years ago. Not missed it in any way. Yeah, yeah. I had deleted mine quite a while ago. The only thing I did recently was just add this channel to it, but I don't do anything with it because I got no response. All the response I got was from the Middle East. So I don't want that. I don't understand your language, and I don't. I'm not going to be able to communicate with you. So I said, nah, this isn't going to work. Does it make you wonder what these people did before social media? Ashley, hi Ashley. No, because we lived it, DR, so we knew what was going on before social media, and we can still survive. You know what I mean? We know how to entertain ourselves if the power goes out. I survive even when the power went out for that 4+ days. There was no phone or no nothing. You find things to do. You could read a book. You could go out. You could go take a hike. But today's youth they're devastated. They don't know what to do without their phones. It's going to be interesting. Ashley. Um, have you had a chance? Anybody watch Ashley Ratliff? Her channel. She's been doing some sports stuff. Please check her out. Um, Subscribe to her channel. Comment on it. Compliment her, of course, and make sure you keep up with it. All right, Ashley. Oh, Ashley. While I'm speaking of you, please figure it out because I don't know how to do it. Go into the people who are banned, and there's a guy in there called Alton. Now he's got to come off the list. He's not a bad guy. Alton. How do you do that? Because I've been searching around here. I'm on YouTube tonight. How do you take people off? I should be able to see who's on and who's off, but I can't see. I can't see it. Do I have to do that like on my PC in not this mode, but regular mode and then search for it? Or can I do it here while it's live? I don't know. David says, I have only Facebook. Yeah, that's what Marie has. A few friends, Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, Instagram. I don't do that stuff. Gatlinburg real estate is flipping expensive. Yeah, a lot of these places are making money hand over fist. Ashley says, hold on. Spaceman says, any more beers? Bears? Oh, I said beers. I have another beer, but I don't drink. No, I haven't seen Rosie maybe about a week. I think she's hibernating. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's been about a week. Yeah. No, lots of raccoons, though. They were up here tonight. There was at least 7 or 8 of them waiting when we got home. So they got all the goodies and all the leftovers. Actually, let me know if you got Alton back on. See if you can get Alton back on. Take him off of timeout or banned if you can do that. Did you see my breaking news? No. When did you do that? I haven't watched much today. I've been crazy. Everybody says that. DR says it seems to me the channels that have Facebook these pages isn't that beneficial? No. In fact, I've talked to a few people. It gained them very little, and it took a lot of their personal time away. And I'm not going to do that. I have a life to lead. These channels will grow on their own if the creator puts the time in. No Facebook needed. Yeah, I agree. You don't need all that fancy stuff like everybody says. A vehicle is being fixed as we speak. It's in the shop. I went to the rental place on Tuesday, and they gave me. I told them I needed some sort of 4-wheel or all-wheel vehicle. I wouldn't take any old a Yarrow or something like that. So they gave me a Nissan Rogue. It's all right. It's all right. It's definitely not the Legacy. Not at all. Not at all. Doesn't ride like it, doesn't sound like it. Can't even, this thing is an all-wheel drive thing. It's got all the bells and whistles, but it couldn't get up the hill. It kept skidding going up the hill. And this was just in the rain. So I said, I won't be getting a Nissan. Alton. I believe his first name is Alton. 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 And he said he was banned. He emailed me. Alton, I can't remember his last name. Alton, forgive me for that because he can't respond to me right now. Look for Alton and unban him. And it may have been you, or it may have been whoever our phantom hacker is. Which, God, I'd like to meet that phantom hacker in a back alley, or maybe some of my family. What's his name? No, I think it's been a little ways now. Ashley, it will not let me do. Why not? You have a blue wrench. You have a blue wrench. Spaceman, I hate Honda CRVs. Yeah, I tried one out before I got the Legacy. It's not my car, not at all. DJI says you have to go to your setting. Yeah, okay. Or go to the old chat. Oh my goodness, how do I do that? How do you find your old chats, Nathan? I don't even know how to do that. I have no clue. DR, don't get a Rogue. Their transmission are highly failure prone. I kind of, I even mentioned that to Marie. It was either tonight or last night. I said, listen to this thing whine, trying to go up the hill. This thing is not happy. High failure prone. Yeah, I know Nissan's got a real problem. They're not what they used to be. I don't like roads. Set up dial. I found at Spaceman that it's awkward. The cabin is awkward on the inside. It's not easy. In my Legacy, everything is very easily. So no matter who you are, you can see it and go to it. This one had, you got to push that over there and then something over there and maybe something over there and adjust that over there. I'm going, this is so stupid. Just give me a button. I don't need to read a manual on how to get this thing going. And it's got the push button start that you got to push on the brake, and then the emergency brake you got to push on that. So you got to push them both at the same time. Push a button. I go, what if you're sinking in a lake and you're going down quick? You don't have time to. I got to push this. I got to push that. I got to say a prayer, and then I got to move over here. Too much nonsense. Go to the video. Oh, good idea. Will it show up Nathan? Will it show up the chat even though I do them on StreamYard? Spaceman says, I own a CRV but love to trade it. Yeah, I'm not. I checked them out. It just wasn't what I needed. I'm not saying for what you. It may work for you. That's a CVT transmission problem. Yeah, it can be, but don't forget, the Subaru also has it, but they were the first to ever have a CVT transmission, and they've worked out all their problems. That thing just runs flawlessly. DJI, I worked in a car dealership for 3 years. Stay away from the new Nissan. Yes, you're right. The new Nissan are really garbage. All of them. They're just, who owns them now? They were bought up not too long ago. It would show the chat. Yes. Okay, Nathan, thank you for that. I will go in there and I will take Alton out of that. Thank you. Thank you. The old ones good. Yes, the old ones were good until they got bought out, but I can't remember who bought them out. I was talking to Marie about somebody. It's not Renault. I can't remember who bought them out. My stepfather has a brand new Dodge Ram with that push button stuff, and that stuff is beyond me. You know what gets me, David? Have you been at a traffic light and have you noticed a car stops and then you hear it start? That's the new gimmick that they've got us sold on somehow, that you're going to save gas if your car stops and starts again. Well, you don't need but maybe one good working brain cell to realize that every time you start and stop your car, you're stressing your battery, you're stressing the starter, you're stressing the solenoid and the computer system and everything to start and stop at every traffic light. They only have so many clicks. You know what I mean? Switches only have so many clicks. Battery only has so many start and crank and all that. I think it's just a stupid idea. And that to me is just not good. It's a gimmick to get you to buy the thing. Spaceman says, I just went by you there. I was thinking about looking at it. Thanks. Yeah, no. Stay completely away from Nissans. Honda too, and I know you don't want to hear this, but Toyota too. They're not being made the way they were years ago. Now, if you want to be smart, it's up to you. Get an older one. Get one that's 5, 8 years old, but has maybe 10, 15,000 miles on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? And there's plenty of them out there. You can find them. Car gurus, just look for and type it in. You want one that has less than 10,000, 20,000 miles. You'll find them all over the place. And you'll pay a fraction of the price. And you'll get a good car because that's when they made them. And that includes the Nissans too. The older ones back in the early 2000s and the 90s, the upper 90s, they were good back then. Now, wouldn't buy. I wouldn't, if you gave it to me, I wouldn't feel comfortable. It's called planned obsolescence. You're right, Nathan. Manufacturers make things that go bad all the time. And they're learning more because the Japanese, remember, didn't used to believe in that. They used to believe in longevity, give you a car for the lifetime. They had the right idea. Then they realized they weren't selling so many cars because the Americans are making all these fancy schmancy Detroit Chrome Mountains and all these bells and whistles, and everybody fell into that. They drink that Kool-Aid too. and then they get the car after 60,000 miles and wondering why everything is falling off of it. Uh, but they fall for it all the time. It's always the pretty shiny objects that draw Americans. Subaru's expensive. Get work aren't? No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I got a guy that's not far. Maybe he's in just outside Sevierville, Kodak. To him and his father, that's all they work on is Subaru. They won't work on any other car, and it's at their property. He's got a shop that's just for Subarus only, and he's very fair. Whenever I have anything that needs to be done, he loves the cars. That's all he owns. That's all his dad owns, and they got plenty of money. They own a lot of property back there, but they just do it because that's what they do. They're bored and they like doing it, and learned a lot from them. Learned a lot about the Boxer engine is a very reliable engine. The Subaru legacy has been made for 26, going I guess on 27 years now. They perfected it. What, honey? You talking? Oh, she's got her headphones on. Spaceman, I think Spaceman's still in the hospital. Lexus is a nice car, brand new. Yeah, they're nice. They wouldn't work up here for me. It doesn't have the all-wheel drive, that powerhouse all-wheel drive that I need. Because the Legacy comes with a 6-speed manual transmission, 6-speed automatic transmission together. That's what I have. So I can drive on the highway and click just like I'm driving a standard, or I could just pop it over manual, let it take over. Not a lot of cars do that. DJI said, oh, wait a minute. What buy you on that? You can get a timer inside a car computer to cause a failure. I wasn't born yet. That's right. I may go back to another Mazda. I had a Mazda. I didn't have the Mazda 6. I had the Mazda GLC. Yeah, I had the GLC. I think the first year that came out. And then I hit a deer with it. I hit a deer head on. Totaled the car. Didn't have it a week. Didn't have that car a week, and I ran into a deer. Totaled it. Oh, Chris goes back. Hey, Mazda fancy Ford. Just buy a Ford. Crisco says hello. No, actually, they moved me less care room due to improve. Good for you. Way to go, Spaceman. Good, you're getting better. There it is. See that? Just because you came on Vacation Station TV. You'll be out of it soon. If you're going in that direction, you'll be done with it soon. Your body will take over. You'll be just dandy. Right as rain. Kyle. Oh, I'm having trouble, Kyle, with your last name. Oh, wait a minute. Don't move like that. Facunham. Is it Faconham or wait? Faconham. Funkoham. Crisco says hi. Hi, Kyle. That's a tough one to say. I had to do it phonetically. Yeah, I'm out for tonight. Have a good night. Better tomorrow. Same to you, DR. Thanks much. Say hello to your dad, and I hope everybody's doing well, okay? Good night. Love all you guys. Was busy tonight. Spaceman. Bye, DR. Take care, Spaceman Dudley. DJI, he's got a big smile. Don't laugh, DJI. Nathan, don't you laugh. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. All right. It's time to say goodnight anyway. I just was on to see if this camera worked. I still haven't figured out how to do the dual camera on this. But I'll figure it out. Thanks for joining me tonight. I really, really, really enjoyed having you guys on. Obama buddy, Crisco said, you take care, all of you. You have a good Friday night. If any bad weather's heading your way, don't worry. Everything is good. Wait a minute, DJ. I have a door dashing making 40 an hour. Door dashing. Oh, isn't that like delivering stuff to people? Door dashing. Very good, DJI. Good, Nathan. Good for you. That's using your brain, my friend. Very good. Okay, of course, we'll see you Sunday. I'll have some stuff to share with you again, and I'm going to be working on this Friday thing. And yeah, delivering food and household things. Very good. It's a needed thing now. You know, for a year or two ago, Nathan, that was like, no, now it's a big deal, and more people are just going to keep doing it because it's convenient. So get on track. You're at the ground floor. Start thinking like a businessman, and you'll do real well. Promise. All the claims by miles. That's right. You get the miles, and that's good. Yes, you see that? They give you the big thumbs up. She's was there, but I think she's downstairs. She's probably getting ready for bed because it's 10 o'clock. She's got to be up early tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'll see you all soon. Thanks. Don't forget Sunday night, 7:30 to 9:30. Thanks for joining us on Vacation Station TV. And love all you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.